Yo guys, what's up? Nappy Head Millie here, and excuse the lighting. I'm trying to do this before I go to work so it doesn't come out too late. I kind of want to talk about something I read. I know, we're tired of talking about the old school cats and them complaining about what new age dudes do, but I found this funny. So like, share, subscribe. I do play a lot of fighting games. I usually play Grand Blue on this channel, but I'm trying to move on to more, especially with Strive coming out. So if you want to stick around, if you like this type of content, leave a comment. If you want to stick around and see me play more fighting games, go ahead, subscribe. If you like what I'm about to say, like it. So, old heads. Again, excuse the light if you can't see me. I love y'all, but y'all be saying some shit. Like, listen, we on nappy time right now. Y'all be saying some of the most obscene shit I ever seen. So we're gonna talk about this on the screen, and I'm gonna break it down. I'm trying to do it in less than 15 minutes because I gotta go to work. But let's just talk about this. So stop listening to the FGC boomer. This came from the fighting game S page, but I guess it was a video that came out. I need to watch the video. And the comment says, bruh, he is right. People who got into fighting games by playing Fatal Fury, Street Fighter 2, MK1, and kept it to modern day, I guess modern day games are much better fighting game players, fighting players than the ones today. Not just saying this because they're old players. Have you actually seen how hard the AI used to be? Oh my God, this dude's English. Used to be in those games. First of all, sir, fix your English. No disrespect. Fix your English. Second of all, I have a problem with people using AI as a benchmark to why older cats are better than us nowadays. I will admit that if you have old school fundamentals, you're better than most players nowadays. That's been proven. Look at Justin Wong. I played a player that had 10 times better fundamentals than me and 5-0 my ass. So that argument, I have no argument with that. If you have very solid fundamentals, you can transfer that to any fighting game basically. However, using the AI is not an excuse to why they were better. I'm gonna keep going. No, the cabinets were set to the hardest difficulty, and that was default difficulty for those games, bro. The AI would literally eat your coins just by reading your inputs. That was the point of an arcade cabinet. Okay, sir. The point of an arcade cabinet was to take your money. I'm sorry, it is what it is. No, it isn't true. Yes, it is true. It was just to take your money. Get over it. I'm sorry. Go, sir. I gotta go to work. Blah 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 blah. So it's not just a matter of games being more difficult to learn. Like Guilty Gear Rev 2, they were way harder than games like Guilty Gear Rev 2. Even though Guilty Gear Rev 2 is the most difficult to learn, it is easy to play because you don't need all those 1,000 mechanics. People are given the option to just use 2 or 3 mechanics. Same for Tekken. 1,000 moves, people just use 2 or 3 moves online because it's casual rank. It is not the same as old games. They're not the same as old games. They're way easier to play because all the options the players are given. Sir. First, let me hit on the Guilty Gear Rev 2. Guilty Gear Rev 2 is easy to pick up, hard to master. Let's get that out the fuck away. As a person that just started playing Guilty Gear Rev 2, I literally picked up Kai in a day. It is not hard to learn Guilty Gear by any means. It is hard to master it. So once you get into Roman canceling, the type of uses of Roman canceling, once you understand what the gut system is, once you understand how to properly use your attention, the game becomes way harder. Because if you're doing it at a basic level on any game, any fighting game is really simple to pick up. I'm sorry. At a casual level, which most people stay at fighting games, it is super easy to pick up. Now, let's go to the moves. Any fighting game you can state, most people use 1 or 2 moves. Have you seen somebody that plays King of Fighters? They use 1 or 2 moves unless they're going for huge combos. Now, if they're going for huge combos, then yes, they're going to alternate to those other moves. Or in a game as simple as Grand Blue, bail out. I don't use this command grabs all the time. You know, I can put away certain options if your character is that good. That's just how the character is built. You know what I'm saying? Tekken, yeah, they have 1,000 moves, but people stick to 1 or 2 moves. That's always how Tekken's been. This makes it seem like you never really played against arcade people. That's what it makes it seem like. Like, I played against old head, my sister's ex-boyfriend, my nieces and nephew father, right? I play this dude all the time. I'm supposed to be playing them in Tekken, and I just ain't bought a game on PC. I gotta buy it on PC. But this dude will just jab you to death and beat the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? Because he's that fundamentally sound. You don't need to use 1,000 moves. You don't need to use every option to beat somebody. That's the reason why it's called an option. It is an option to use said move. You know what I'm saying? And going back to Rev 2, yeah, there's all these mechanics, but they're optional. If I can beat you literally just standing on the ground and anti-airing you because you like to jump, that is your fault. You know what I'm saying? And Tekken, why would I use all these moves that have 300 frame startup? I'm just throwing it out there. Like, a long ass startup time is very punishable when I can use this one move that it's not as punishable, but it doesn't have that startup time, and it might have a little bit of crushing capabilities. Like, it might be a mid crush that I need to use because it's that good. So I don't understand what he's talking about. Oh, it's more options. No, I honestly think compared to back then, it is hella more options in games now. Hella more options in games. Go say that to a Street Fighter 2 player that plays Street Fighter 4. It totally 2 different games, more options that you have to be aware of. There's no way you can say games back in the past compared to now have more options. There's no fucking way. They were in their infancy. But I'll continue. Back in the day, the AI was actually hard, and the players were more difficult to compete with. You're out of your league getting my Oh, I'm sorry. I read it wrong. You're out of your league getting my subscribes here, buddy. Playing the AI of fighting games today is actually depressing because they can't even pretend they actually playing against the player. Oh shit. Yo, I'm sorry it's not funny, but it's funny. It's not funny, but it's funny because the fact that you think the AI is what makes the players is funny as fuck, bro. I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna be 100% honest. The highest level of an AI ain't got shit on the highest level of a player. It ain't got shit. It don't have shit. Robotic error don't mean shit. Like, come on, sir. I can play Grand Blue on its highest level right now and not die one time. And Nightmare Mode ain't no joke. And I will not lose a round. Not a single round. I can go online and get my ass fucking melted. Like, destroyed online. Sir, what are you talking about? I wouldn't want your subscription, sir. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it's funny. Because he actually felt like he was... Yo, you ever know when you feel like you got that one? Like, yo, I did this shit. You ain't getting my subscription here, buddy. I'm sorry, yo. Look, boomers. Let me, I'm gonna break this down because I got 4 minutes on this video. I'm trying to edit it down. AI don't make the player. I'm sorry. The people, to break this down, the people that played at arcades became so well because it was basically like a local scene. It's like locals today, except for they paid the machine fights paying the venue. You get what I'm saying? So what made them so great was because they basically play on a no life to live type system. You're playing and you're putting your quarters up. I got some quarters in my fucking pocket. Let's say my hitbox, right? Which I need to clean off. Let's say my hitbox, right? This is the arcade pad. People were literally, at least in Detroit, coming up, putting their quarters, putting that shit on the thing. I'm next. If you weren't there, they were just putting their quarters in. It don't matter if you was training, it don't matter, it was nothing. Your training came from playing other people. Only time you was playing AI at the arcade was literally if nobody was there. But somebody was there and they seen you was playing back in the day, players coming up with their quarters. One dude putting his quarters in, next dude, and now you gotta fight to stay on them sticks. Why? Because you want to play the game. So you forced yourself to get better on them sticks. It made you a better person. You watching what a person is doing and you're learning their mannerisms as they're doing it. Nowadays, we don't have it where we can sit down and learn people's mannerism online. You have sets and you're doing those sets immediately. You get what I'm saying? Now, and with COVID, we can't go to the local scenes and have that thing. But people at locals are just as good as people in the arcades. It's just, yeah, some of the gaming developers have dumbed the game down for casuals. Does that mean these games are not as hard, if not harder than they used to be back in the day? Hell no. There's a few games that are literally on the borderline cusp of arcade. Melty Blood. Enough said. Eunice. Enough said. Like, what are you talking about? Street Fighter 4 Ultra. Like, enough said. So, I don't understand where these players are coming from. You know, it's no disrespect. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody from the old, you know, from back in the day. It's just, y'all need to check y'all mans, because this, what is he talking about? But it is what it is. Nappy Head Millie, these are just my opinions. If you don't like them, leave a dislike. If you love them, leave a like. If you want to hear more from me, share, like, subscribe, and other than that, I'm out. Peace.